The rules of our game couldn't be any simpler. I ask just one question. Right answer wins you freedom and fabulous prizes. Wrong answer and you lose your lives!
Hello Internet, my name is Damian Michaels, but you can call me Blue, and welcome back to another episode of Brews. This week we're returning to historic Brawl to play Sphinx Tribal with Unesh Cryosphinx Sovereign. So I used to play this deck in paper a few years ago before I had to sell most of my cards, but recently I was building my fiancé a deck to teach her how to play, and I stumbled upon my old copy of Unesh that I didn't realize I still owned. This inspired me to check Arena to see if it was on the client, and not only was it added to the game with Amonkhet Remastered, I somehow had one in my collection this entire time and didn't even realize it. So that's what inspired today's video. We're playing Big Dumb Sphinxes and we're going to mini Factor Fiction every time a Sphinx enters. Sooner or later we'll find a Conspiracy Unraveler, allowing us to exile the cards we put in our graveyard to cast spells instead of paying mana. We're more than likely going to go through our entire library and we'll eventually find a Chroma's Memorial to give our board haste so we can attack after slamming our massive deck on the table. That's the game plan and there's not much more to it, so we're going to jump into some games and see what happens. Alright, so we're playing some Mono-blue Unesh Sphinxes in Brawl, and this hand's okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and keep this. We've got a Glass Pool Mimic to copy something later. We have our Unesh. We've got Patchwork Banner for a little bit of ramp. I wish we had some turn 2 ramp, but we're good with what we got for the time being. Opponent is on some kind of equipment deck by the looks. Cigar Aid is not something we like to see because we can't really answer that. That draws cards. I think I'm going to counter this because I want a Patchwork Banner next turn and I don't want to hold a counterspell anymore. Yeah, especially drawing Thrix for sure. I want to play Thrix on turn 4. Then we should be able to Unesh on turn 5. We'll see what the opponent does to ruin our plans. Okay, they're going to play a Dwarven Hammer. Okay, they don't have the mana to pay for it, so that's fine. So we're going to play the Otawara, play the Thrix. And then next turn we can play Unesh as long as Thrix lives. If Thrix doesn't live, then we have to untap, then we have to draw an untap land. Okay, Swiftfoot Boots, that's fine. And they're just going to pass. Okay. By the looks. Yep. Great. So, Unesh. And we'll see what happens. Unesh resolves. Okay. So it gets to reveal something. I do like seeing Pact of Negation. Let's see how they split this. Ooh, that is a good handful of 4 cards. That is really good. Let's see how they split this. In testing this deck, I noticed that a lot of people would just 4-0, not realizing, either not realizing what was going on or what, but something, I don't know if this is correct. They really don't want me to have that Pact of Negation. I kind of want the Pact, but at the same time, I don't think I can pass up Defiler of Dreams, Clever Impersonator. That is nuts. Basically, every Sphinx is free with these 2 on board like that. So I'm going to take this pile and hope that they don't have any removal. Then we're going to Faceless Agent for 1 mana. Okay. Since it has Changeling, it costs 2 less from Unesh, so play it for 1, and then we get to go seek a card after our Unesh trigger resolves. Let's see how they stack this one. This isn't a bad pile either. They're probably going to go land or Resculpt versus, is what I would probably do. Unless they really don't want us to have the removal. Yeah, that's what I thought. Curator of Mysteries isn't that great. It's mostly just fillers, so I think I'm gonna... Okay, nice. So they go ahead and scoop it up. That's fine. I was definitely gonna take the Resculpt pile, but yeah, that's pretty good. I think they noticed what was gonna go on with these 2 next turn, but yeah, pretty good. Alright, so we're playing some Mono-blue Unesh Sphinxes in Brawl. And I actually kind of want to keep this. We have Metallic Mimic to name Sphinx. We have Sapphire Medallion to make our stuff cheaper. Quasi-Duplicate whenever we feel like copying stuff. Cyclonic Rift or if our opponent's stuff gets out of hand. And A Yara, interesting. We've played against a lot of mono black today, so I don't know if it's just everyone's on a mono black kick or something, or if everyone realizes that black is just the superior color, which I've been saying for a while now. We're going to go ahead and play down this Sapphire Medallion and pass the turn. Opponent plays a Takanuma and an Arcane Signet. I think our Medallion's a little bit better, but it's fine. We're going to go ahead and play an Island, and let's get down Solar Transformer, because then we can cast Unesh next turn. I don't feel great that we're going to keep Unesh around for long. Okay, there's an Ayara. Let's see if they do anything with it. Nothing. Okay. Nope, they do have a land. Okay, so we're going to untap. Let's play a Cavern on Sphinx. And I'm kind of worried about playing Unesh that it may just die right away. So I think I want to wait until I can maybe Spark Double with it. I think I'm going to Metallic Mimic on Sphinx and pass the turn. And let's see what the opponent does. I'm at 4, 5, 6. Okay. So I need an untapped land, and then I can Cyclonic Rift again. So that's definitely something that I need to keep in mind. Okay, nice. So I think that's probably what we're going to do. So no attacks, end the turn. Let's see what they end up doing. Maybe they'll tap out to cast a big thing, and then we can let it resolve and Cyclonic Rift them. Pick it all back up. I mean, I'll take a damage to a Yara, but that's fine. Okay, that's okay. I want to try to get them to spend as much of their mana as possible first. Okay, that's fine. So we'll just Cyclonic Rift now, pick it all up. They get to replay something, probably the Arcane Signet, but otherwise everything's back in their hand. Yep, there's the Signet, and they're going to pass. Okay. Yep, so they're going to discard something, and then we get to untap and hopefully Unesh, and maybe get some kind of value out of it before it dies. I'm glad that Unesh triggers on itself. That's definitely helpful. So we're going to tap this, and Unesh. That is disgusting. I'm definitely going to take the Unable to Scream. Yep, take this pile. Play the Gaia Reach, and pass, or attack for 2 rather than pass, and let's see what happens. They've got 5 mana right now. Okay, so they're going to play Bloodletter. Okay. And they're going to pass. Great. So, we're going to play a Defiler of Dreams. Okay. Which will trigger. And we find some cards. Ooh, definitely taking this pile. They gave me Lotus Field. That's worth it. Then tap, tap, tap. Nope. Untap, actually, because we're going to pay 2 life for it. Draw another card. And we're going to copy Unesh. Get another trigger out of this. Ooh, probably going to take the mana drain. Let's see how they split this. They're definitely not going to give us the mana drain and the Sphinx, so they may just split it up with the islands. But we'll see what they do. Oh. Definitely still going to take the mana drain pile. And let's see what they give us out of this. I don't think I want the Roaming Throne, because that's going to do too much. I'm going to take this Raven form for sure. Then 2... yeah, let's go ahead and just get rid of this. Perfect. And I want to hold up mana drain, so I'm going to play the castle and smash in for 5 and pass the turn. And then we've got mana drain All this can go down here. Okay, there we go. And our hand's in order now. Great. We'll discard an island and pass. Let's see what they do. A Yara. I think I'm gonna let that resolve because I'm gonna unable to scream it on our turn. Kind of hope they play their thing on it. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see what they do. Nope, they're just gonna scoop it up. Great. Yeah, we had a lot going on here. Every Sphinx is going to cost 2, 4, 5 less. So many of our Sphinxes are just going to be free at this point, or they're going to cost like a single blue mana because they have a blue pip and like double blue pip. But this is disgusting. This setup right here. This is awesome. All right, so we're playing some Mono-blue Sphinxes in Brawl. And I think I kind of want to keep this. It's not great, but it's certainly a hand. I don't know how well it's going to do against mono-black Keurig over there. And it's a Keurig player playing Thoughtseize. Wonderful. Probably take Imprison in the Moon, because that shuts down their entire deck. No, they took the Kefnet. Okay. I will play the Mystic Sanctuary, get down the Mox Amber, pass the turn. I'm kind of surprised they took this. I would have taken the Imprison in the Moon, honestly. Let's play the island because they know about it and pass. I don't want to play the cavern just yet because I don't know about the cavern. Okay, let's play an island, foretell a raven form, and pass the turn. Please play Keurig so we can imprison it in the moon. I'm honestly very surprised they took this. Play cavern on Sphinx. And pass the turn. We're just going to keep holding up stuff. They know most of our hand, but who knows? We'll see what they do. Okay. We will untap. Ooh, that's a good card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 right now, so we can't even play it. But that's okay. We'll pass the turn. Okay. Nothing from the opponent. Untap. Let's play Otawara, and they've definitely got removal, so we're gonna attempt this and pass. Yeah, they for sure have removal, so I'd rather them kill this than kill Unesh, because we don't currently have the lands to recast Unesh. Yep, kind of saw that coming. What did they discard? Oh, okay, that is a card. Sure, that exiles our library, which means we can't combo kill. Oh, but that's okay. Let's see what they do here. Even if you did manage to draw discard for our Imprison in the Moon, we still have our Raven Form. What is this? Virus Beetle. Okay, I don't want to deal with that. So we're going to Reliquary Tower. Imprison this in the moon. Okay, and they let it go. We're going to play Orvar. Then Raven form this using our Moxie. And pass the turn. Do you have a Feed the Swarm or Withering Torment? Let's see it. Okay, that's fine. That is okay with me. I would rather that die than my Unesh. I do need to play my Unesh though. But we'll see. 3. Wonderful. That is disgusting. I wanted my Seagate Restoration. What'd they exile? Oh, a cut down? That makes sense. We're playing a bunch of big dumb Sphinxes, so that's not going to do a whole lot. So let's play Unesh, and let's see what happens. Ooh, Unable to Scream is pretty nice. So is Fractured Realm / Mirrored Room. That's pretty good too. I really want to take this Unable to Scream, so if they do find an answer to our Imprison in the Moon, we can turn off their Keurig again. And I also kind of want to answer this Noxious Gearhulk, because that's going to be a problem. But I also want to take this Mirror Room because it does a lot of dumb stuff. Yeah, let's take the Mirrored Room. play the Castle Vantris Mirror Room, and we're going to make a copy of Unesh, and we're going to keep the real. I just wanted to get double trigger out of this. Okay, so the incubator... Oh, absolutely taking this pile. I don't think they realize how good this card is in our deck, or they wouldn't have done that. They gave us Lotus Field and Defiler of Dreams. They made a mistake, for sure. And we're going to take this pile. This is free, so we're going to cast this right now, which gives us another Unesh trigger. So we got plenty of value out of our Unesh, even if it does die right away. And we get Nykthos. That is disgusting. I kind of don't care about these. I think I want the Nykthos and the Tail's End. Because I can Lotus Field, counter the trigger with Tail's End. I mean, let's see what happens. Yeah, they can blow up our Unesh. That's fine. Kind of expected that to happen. Take the action. Okay. It's fine. We'll take a little bit of beats. But we're going to full control. We're going to Lotus Field. Tail's End the trigger. Yes. Submit. Resolve. Then we're going to Defiler of Dreams. Nice. See, they're the ones that made that mistake. They gave you the piles that way. That was disgusting. Yeah, we were going to play Defiler, which makes all of our stuff have Phyrexian blue mana, and then this turn we couldn't cast anything else, but we would have been able to recast Unesh next turn, and we would have had Nykthos, and everything would have been super cheap. Everything would have been on a 3-cost discount, 1 from this and 2 from Unesh, so that would have gotten real gross real fast. So yeah, that was pretty good. We did good there. Alright, so we're playing some Mono-blue Sphinx Tribal in Brawl, and this hand's not where I really want it to be. Although, I do like Jwari Disruption. I think that's going to help against Jan Jansen, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this. We're going to run out this Mox Amber because I'm too lazy to hold on to it, play the island and pass. And then we're just going to hold up Jwari Disruption until they decide to start playing around it. Inspiring Vantage, that makes sense. Esper Sentinel is a biggie. Okay, Tormod's Crypt. Ooh, that's not something I wanted to see, actually. That's terrifying. Maybe they'll just sack it to Jan Jansen, not realizing that we actually care about our graveyard. Let's play the Fountain Port and pass. We'll see if they play the Jan Jansen this turn. If they do, we're going to Jwari Disruption it and see what happens. Wouldn't surprise me if that gets the concession, honestly. Jwari Disruption. Pay the 1. Yep. Nice. Okay. So they're going to keep playing, so that's something. Esper Sentinel. Okay, we're going to play this untapped, play Sphinx of Foresight, and pass the turn. We'll see what they decide to do with that. If they kill it, they kill it, whatever. If they don't, we get to start scrying so we can make sure we keep hitting our lands. Kind of hope that they... Okay, that's something. That gives them a little bit of sack fodder. Okay, that's not great. I kind of wanted to keep that, but that's fine. It's whatever. Vanishing Burst is pretty good against us because we're monocolor. But, oh no. Oh, it enters as a non-land. Okay. Do we want to pay 4 mana for an Esper Sentinel? I don't think so. So I guess we just pass. We can make a fish, so that's something. We can't make a treasure, but we can at least make a fish. Is it a tapped fish? No, it's not. So if they decide to attack with Esper Sentinel, then we're going to make a fish. Attack. Yes, make a fish. Flop. Nice. We did it. Good job. And we found our land. Nice. Marauding Sphinx thingy. I don't know its full name. Yeah, it is Marauding Sphinx. Nice. I have Untapped up, so their deck list is covering the card name, so I didn't realize it was Marauding Sphinx for a second. Let's see what they do here. The ward on this Marauding Sphinx is actually kind of good. That makes me think that we might get this to stick around for a turn or two. But this is actually pretty good. Whenever we commit a crime, we get to surveil 2. It's not bad, because a lot of our Sphinxes incidentally commit crimes. Like this one bounces something, and Dream Eater bounces something, and a couple other things like that. So Deserted Temple is nice. Let's go ahead and play the Deserted Temple, and let's Unesh. Let's see what happens. It's probably going to die right away. That's what I would suspect is going to happen. But we'll see. If they try to kill it, we're definitely going to tap our Mox Amber. Okay, that's fine. What do we get? I think I see a Raven form down here. Yep, that is a Raven form. Ooh. Raven form Rift versus Quasi and Urz's Incubator. I'm going to take this pile. I don't know why they didn't think we were going to take the removal, especially since Quasi Duplicate has Jumpstart, so we can cast it from the graveyard anyway. Oh, never mind. I forgot they had Tormod's Crypt. I was so worried about it earlier, and then I forgot about it. But honestly, I'm fine with them popping it now. Okay. Yep. Kind of expected that. So, no attack, so I'd rather stay back on defense, and we'll pass. Fable gets to flip. They play Sundown Pass. There's Jan Jansen coming down this turn. And I'm almost definitely going to Raven form Jan Jansen here. Ooh, another ward creature. No, I think I need to get rid of Jan here. Get to Surveil 2. Ooh, I do kind of want that eaten by piranhas. I want both of these, but I want this eaten by piranha. You know what? I'm going to keep the eaten on top and keep the island underneath it, because I think I'm going to need that whenever they recast Jen inevitably next turn. We can't be having all that. No attacks. Continue to stay back on defense. Make it difficult for the opponent to attack. And we'll see what they end up being able to do this turn. They have enough treasure that they can replay Jan, so it's not like that Raven form was that bad. Okay, so they're going to Solemn Simulacrum first, so that's okay. They don't know about this eaten by piranhas on top, so that's good. So we can just flash it in whenever they think they're going to get us with it. Yeah, that's fine. You get to have a token copy of that. Solemn's pretty good with Jan Jansen and Reflections and everything. Although something tells me I'm probably not going to win this game. They have so much going on, and we're missing land drop, so... we're going to block because it's going to die anyway, so there's no point in taking the 2 damage. Just to prevent it from drawing them a card. They're going to play an untapped land. Yep, and we'll untap. Okay, there's the eaten by piranhas that we knew about. We've got 6 mana. I think it might be best to just run out this Widowmaster Sphinx and pick up the Reflections. This lets us scry or surveil again. And I actually am fine with that double island here, because that lets us keep hitting our land drops so we can eventually recast Unesh again. And we still have this eaten by piranhas, so whenever they do recast their commander, we can get rid of it. I'm not sure if this was the correct play, because it lets them dig deeper in their deck and keep making tokens of things. But I think I'd rather let them make an extra token now and Faithless Looting once, rather than continuously draw cards and ramp every turn. Okay, there's the Fable that we definitely expected they replay. We'll see what they end up doing here. Yeah, okay, so they're going to crack a blood token to make some constructs, and they're going to pass. Okay. So we'll play the island that we knew about. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So I think I'm going to I think I'm gonna let them go nuts this turn and allow them to do whatever they're gonna do, and then Cyclonic Rift at their end step and pick up everything, because they have a lot of tokens on board. The only real card is their Solemn, Jan Jansen, and their Fable. Everything else is a token, so we can get rid of all of their stuff and prevent them from doing even more shenanigans. And then after we Cyclonic Rift, we can Eaten by Piranhas the next turn to prevent this from doing even more damage. Yep. So they're going to make some treasures. Okay. They're going to go to Wombat, make a lot of treasures. Okay. I mean, whatever they're doing, they need a lot of mana for it. So we're going to block. Block. No reason for us to take damage for no good reason. And let's see what big dumb spell they're going to try to cast. Oh, they're not going to try to do anything. So we're just going to Overload Rift now. Pick it all up. Okay. And we'll untap, play the... Well, firstly, let's go to combat and attack with everything. Okay, get in for 8. Oh, this has Vigilance? I'm so dumb. I could have been attacking with that this whole time. I'm so stupid. Jesus. Okay, whatever. It's fine. They have 3 mystery cards. Do we want to run Unesh out into a mystery card for it to get countered? Probably not. Let's see. Let's go ahead and just play the Vanquisher's Banner on Sphinx and pass the turn, hold up our Eaten by Piranhas. Definitely left a couple points of damage on the board by not playing this first main phase, but I think it'll be okay. If we lose by exactly 2 life points, then I'll cry, but until then, we should be fine. Okay. Solemn goes to grab a mountain. That Solemn grabbed a lot of lands up to this point. They have 5 mana, so there's Jan Jansen again, which we fully expected them to play. And, yep, so they're going to go ahead and sack the Solemn, which draws them a card. Okay. And makes them some treasure. Sorry, I don't know if my mic picked up that alarm, but if it did, that was my fiance's alarm to take her medicine. Anyway, opponent plays a Dragon Spark Reactor. Okay, that's fine. We'll let that resolve. Okay. And Eaten by Piranhas, Jan at the end step, which will go Surveilling. Resculpt. Okay, nice. Okay. Figures. That's good. But yeah, we hit them, we untap, we hit them for 10, then as long as we can prevent them from doing anything the turn after, we just hit them for another 10 and they're dead. Nice. Pretty good. Alright, so we're playing some Mono-blue Sphinxes in Brawl, and this hand's actually garbage, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. This is much better. This has a lot of expensive cards in it, but we have Herald's Horn to reduce the cost of our Sphinxes, and Vanquisher's Banner to draw some cards. The Chroma's Memorial isn't really that good right now, but we'll see how it turns out later. And drawing Lotus Field is actually pretty good too. Kind of hoping we'd find Tail's End to go with it, but it's fine if we don't. Get down the Mind Stone and pass the turn. Okay. They're going to untap. Arcane Signet, that's fine. They're missing lands, okay. So we're going to get down Herald's Horn, naming Sphinx. Then we're going to Lotus Field and sack these islands. So we're playing Lotus Field, one, because we have Tail's End in the deck, so we can counter the trigger and we just have a free Black Lotus, basically. And two, we have Deserted Temple in the deck, so we can use Deserted Temple to add extra mana with Lotus Field. We net 1 mana with that little trick. We're playing Deserted Field to go with Nykthos, so I figured I'd add Lotus Field to go ahead and add to that. So we'll play this, and we'll get down Vanquisher's Banner, again naming Sphinx, and we'll pass the turn. So opponent's really relying on this land tax, and it's kind of a good thing we had this Lotus Field, because then we could have we played that to sack our island to cut them off of getting stuff with land tax. Okay, we're going to reveal the Dream Eater, that's good. And play the island, and I'm actually going to be a little dirty here. I'm going to Dream Eater, pick up the land tax. Get rid of the reflections, get rid of the island, but I do want to keep both of those. And speak of the devil, he doth arrive. We're going to pick up the land tax, force them to replay it so they can't continue advancing their board, and they don't have a way to get more, to go get a land. So if they want to try to hit their land drops for next turn, they have to replay the land tax this turn. So if they don't have a land, that's going to eat into their mana, their ability to play Leela. Or they can just play Leela, that's fine too. Maybe they drew the land. Okay, they had an empty FC, so that works too. Keeping the Deserted Temple, that's fine, because I wanted it. So we're going to play the Deserted Temple. We're going to tap this for blue. Then we're going to untap the Lotus Field and tap it for blue. So we net 1 mana out of that. We're going to play the Unesh to go digging for some cards. Okay, unable to scream is good to find. Let's see what they do. They're probably going to split up the unable to scream and the Reliquary Tower, because that's what I would do. Don't want to give me both of those. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. We're going to take the unable to scream and turn off Aaliyah. Then attack for 5 in the air. Aaliyah is on the ground, so it can't block. So we're going to just get back there, Aaliyah. And we're going to pass. We'll see what they end up doing this turn. They do have a bunch of flyers thanks to this Bitter Blossom, so they are doing something. But being able to turn off Aaliyah is pretty good. Okay, or they can just have that. That's also fine. Yep. So you can blow up my Unable to Scream, but little do you know, I have an Eaten by Piranhas. Which I probably should have played in response, because now they can play an artifact or enchantment. Ooh. Okay. Sure. We'll just respond with Eaten by Piranhas. So you get to blow up my stuff. That's fine. It's annoying, but it's fine. We'll take the 3. Then no Sphinx. That's fine. Play the island. Then untap the Lotus Field. Tap it for blue. Draw a card. And what do we hit? Ooh, Conspiracy Unraveler is pretty good. I'm almost certainly taking that, no matter how they set these piles. Conspiracy Unraveler is how we go through our entire deck in a single turn. Maybe this will be the game that we finally do that. Because they're sitting through us playing these Eaten by Piranhas and Unable to Scream, so maybe they'll sit through us doing the Conspiracy Unraveler thing. But if we get down a Conspiracy Unraveler next turn, we just get to play our entire deck more than likely. It's going to be bonkers, especially if they let us play it out. I really hope they let us play it out. I'm taking the Unraveler. Yes, take the Raveler. I'm taking the Raveler. I can't play it this turn. That's perfectly fine. End the turn. Discard an island. Alright, opponent. Be a good sport. Sit through it. Let us do our thing. Just, like, play something to blow up the Eaten by Piranhas and try to do your own thing. Just leave our Unish alone, leave our Conspiracy Unraveler alone, let us do our thing. Let us have our fun. Okay. So, they're going to attack, so that's fine. Yep, so we're for sure going to block a token. I have no reason not to. They're not playing red. So if they're going to destroy my stuff, it's going to be through just sheer... Yeah. Okay, there's the land tax that we knew about. They have 4 mana. The 1 ring, no way. Sure. I can't do anything about that, unfortunately. Really wish I could. Yep, so we'll reveal that. Draw Riddlemaster Sphinx. So tap this, untap Lotus Field, tap this. We're going to play Conspiracy Unraveler. And pay what we've got. It's going to draw us a card. And that finds not much that I care about. I'm mostly needing Sphinxes to keep doing my Sphinx thing. And it looks like we are, in fact, going to be able to do that. But I don't know if we're going to be able to win through this 1 ring this turn, so we're definitely going to have to find a counterspell or a mana drain or something to keep ourselves alive going into next turn. Okay, so I think I'm going to take the Kefnet's Monument, because that does a little bit more. Then we're going to play the Stoic Sphinx with our remaining mana that we have floating, which will draw us a card. Okay, I'm going to take this pile, because Mox Amber gives me more mana for this turn, so we're going to play the Mox Amber for free. Then we're going to play the Kefnet's Monument for mana. Then play the Riddlemaster Sphinx with this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we're going to tap a thing, draw a card, then bounce a thing. Oh, Kefnet's Monument doesn't tap it, it just freezes it. Interesting. I've never played with this before. I didn't even have one in my collection before this. Do I have a land drop for this turn still? I'm not sure. If I do, this Nykthos is going to be nuts. But I don't have 2 mana to act. Ooh, I can play the... Okay, yeah. So I'm going to take this pile. Hopefully I can play Nykthos. Take the action, pick it up. I can play Nykthos. Nice. Okay. So, we're going to play Thrix with Conspiracy Unraveler. 9. Okay. Okay, hold on. That's 5. There we go. 10. Took me a second. I'm going to freeze this. Then we're going to cast this for free. So 6. Oh no, I can't. I think we're just going to play the Metallic Mimic for free. Or not for free, rather, but with our mana. Name Sphinx, which will dump some more cards in the graveyard. I think I should have played this first instead of the Thrix. Wow, that's disgusting. Okay, double land is not what I wanted to see. And I guess we will end the turn. Discard all these extra lands. No, I'll keep a land and get rid of the Arcane Signet.
Okay. So let's see what happens. Since we discarded the Arcane Signet, we do have enough mana or enough cards in the graveyard for Conspiracy Unraveler. So we can play a Tail's End or something if we need to. I don't want to, but we can. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 6. Oh, we have 10? I'm dumb. Exchange target creature's base power with another target creature's base power. Okay. That's annoying, but... Sure. You've switched my Conspiracy Unraveler into a 2/7. I'm okay with that. I'll accept it. At least it doesn't change the toughness, so that makes me feel a lot better about that. Okay, Curiosity. That's not going to be doing much. Okay, so they're going to pass the turn. Okay. Herald's Horn. Does it flip? It does not. That's fine. So let's play an island. And Nykthos for bunches of mana. And we're going to quasi-duplicate, targeting our Riddlemaster Sphinx. So we're going to make a big copy of it. We're going to pick up your token. Ooh, there's a River's Rebuke. We also have Cyclonic Rift, so we have many ways to keep ourselves in this. But honestly, I think I'm actually going to... Yeah. I think I'm going to put the River's Rebuke in the graveyard, because since I have Cyclonic Rift, I don't need it. Then we're going to pick up the big token. Okay, they're going to go ahead and one ring. That's fine. Take the action, pick it up. Then we're going to tap that. Untap Nykthos. Nykthos for bunches. We're going to Cyclonic Rift. Pick it all up. And then a Chroma's Memorial. And just attack. Chroma's Memorial. And, I mean, I might as well, I guess, copy this thing, I suppose. Nice, okay. Maybe I should have just gone for the attack, not have been greedy, but I wanted to keep doing cool things. We still had a bunch of mana, but they were dead. They're dead for sure here. We get to make a bunch of token copies, but thank you, Alila opponent, for playing that out. Most people just scoop whenever we play an Eaten by Piranhas or an Unable to Scream or something, but you actually sat through it. You let us get through our stuff. This was definitely a good game. We had Herald's Horn and Kefnit's Monument to get an extreme discount on all of our stuff. Not to mention the Conspiracy Unraveler, which was also letting us cast things for free. Definitely goofed a little bit on that last turn. Probably could have played the Arcane Signet because I had 10. I didn't realize that I had the Dream Eater and the Sphinx of Foresight, which is 10. So I could have played the Arcane Signet for 10, then made a bunch of mana with Nykthos, and could have done even more stuff last turn. But that's on me for not realizing that I had 10 for Conspiracy Unraveler. But yeah, definitely a good game, and I'm glad we got to see what this deck can really do with all the Nykthos and Deserted Temple and the mana reduction and the Chroma's Memorial and all the stuff.
This deck is ridiculous in Brawl. It never really did much in Commander when I used to play it in paper because others were doing bigger and better things than me, but with this deck we get to see so many cards in one turn, and oftentimes our opponent can't do much of anything to stop us. We have so many cost reduction effects that we can pretty easily cast most of our Sphinxes for a single blue mana, if not just straight up free altogether, so we can easily keep casting spells to find more cards to keep doing stuff. I initially played this deck without a Chroma's Memorial, but after how quickly I realized we're going to go through our entire deck in one turn sometimes, times, I added it to make sure we could win without having to untap. Anyway, that's everything for today. If you want to check out the deck for yourself, you can find a full deck list in the description below. While you're down there, feel free to tap that like button too. It adds 1 mana to the YouTube algorithm and I'd greatly appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and subscribe so you can become a member of the Blue Crew today. If you want to check out some more of my content, then you can click here to see last week's video where we played Luris Humans in Historic, or you can click here to check out the video I did with Big Bear where we played 50 copies of a single card in our Brawl decks.